Well, hello all, welcome. Today we're going to have a look at some transformations of parabolic graphs. This here, y equals x squared. This is the graph, the visual representation of that equation. Right? I'll do another video on why that is, but this U shape is the typical parabolic shape, y equals x squared. Now I can transform that if I take the same one and I put a plus 1 on the end. Okay, what that's done is it's shifted. The whole U shape is exactly the same in every way, except for the fact that it has been shifted up one spot. Okay, so you notice this is 2, all right, this is 1. Each grid here is representing a half, so half, 1. So that's moved up a half. So that's what if we add a number on the end. That's what that. If I put a plus 3, it moves up 3 positions. Okay, that's good. Now, what if the other one you'll need to know, if I put a 2 in front of this x squared, you'll notice that it's narrowed. Okay, and we call that a dilation scale factor 2. All right, so this x squared has been narrowed, and the larger that number is, if it's a 4, you see how it's narrower, 6, and it's even narrower. So that number at the front tells us how narrow or wide. If I make that a half, 1/2, it's gotten wider. So if it's less than 1, the parabolic shape widens. Make it a quarter, it's even wider. Make it an eighth, it's even wider. The further from 1 it is. Now, if I make that number at the front, which is often called A, the number A, so in this case, A is a 2. If I make that negative, so if I make it -2, it's narrowed by a factor of 2, and it's been flipped upside down. So that negative flips it upside down. So -2, 2. Okay. I might want to combine them now. So if there's a 2 there and a plus 1 on the end, it's been narrowed and it's been moved up 1 position. Okay. All right, that's good. What else is there? You'll also see the x can be put in brackets, and if I put a plus 1 in there, so it's still x squared, but now there's a little bit more going on here. If I put a plus 1 inside of brackets and it's all squared, you'll notice the U shape has been shifted 1 unit in the negative direction. Okay, so it's actually flipped. A plus 1 on the inside of the brackets will move it 1 in the negative x direction. A -1 in there will move it 1 unit in the positive x direction. Okay, it's handy with this if you make some kind of a list that you can refer to, and soon enough you'll have memorized them all. And then basically from there, it's just about the combinations of those transformations. So if you've got a -1, if you've got a -1, so 1 unit to the right, you can still have that 2 out the front. So it's been narrowed, factor 2, and maybe you've even got a -3 at the end. So you might be given this equation and you say, okay, what are the transformations that have taken place? Let's break this down. That negative or positive number on the end is always a vertical shift. So it's shifted down 3 units from the origin. That's the thing I haven't said yet. Always starting from where that blue one is. 0, 0. So this has been shifted down 3, which we can tell because of this. It's been shifted to the right 1. Remember, -1 in this case, because it's being squared, that -1 to the right. So there's our turning point. 1, -3. And the 2 out the front tells us that it's been narrowed by a factor of 2. So that would show that you've got the knowledge. What are these transformations doing to the graph of y equals x squared? So they are the key transformations. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next vid. Almost forgot to say a huge shout out to Desmos, desmos.com. Guys, come over to this website if you want to just play around and check out the graphs, because it's a really good tool to use. Not sponsored.